Hey guys, how's it going? Happy New Year's to you, your friends, and family. For today's video, I'm going to review the XH2. I own the XH2 for about 3 months or a little over now, and it's great. I like the build quality, the nicer grip, deeper grip compared to the XT4. The XH2 is a tier below the S version, its bigger brother. Key differences between the two is that one, this is using a non-stack sensor. It's using a non-stacked 40 megapixel sensor. While the S version uses a stacked 26 megapixel sensor. And what that means is that with the S version, because of its stacked sensor, it has a faster readout, faster and more accurate autofocus. And that's perfect for wildlife and sports photography. But the XH2 is no slouch though. Both versions carries the same design language. So everything externally, it's the same, from the dials to the buttons and the grip and all of that. The only difference you can tell is that on the S version, there's a big S badge right here that the XH2 lacks. I think more importantly is that this camera has more megapixels, and because of that, you can actually record in 8K 30 frames per second. On the S version, you can record 8K, but the advantages of that version is that you can actually shoot in 6.2K at open gate. And what that means is that it uses the full sensor. So that translates into a 3:2 ratio. And the advantages of that is that you can actually crop in and make it more cinematic with the black bars, I guess. So I'm coming from an XT4, and there are a couple things I really do miss that isn't on the XH2. One is the retro dials for your shutter speed and your ISO. I completely missed that. Two is that the toggle switch between stills and movie took me a while to adjust to that coming from the XT4, but in the end I kind of adapted to the new. But with the XH2 though, they did give us like 7 custom settings you can play around with for photos or video. If you're upgrading from the XT4 to the XH2 or the bigger brother S or even the XT5, the great thing is that they all use the same batteries. The battery life does last a bit longer on the XH2 because of the new sensor being more battery efficient. So other than the megapixel upgrade from the XT4, it also comes with better autofocus, longer battery life, and the new introduction of f-log 2 for video. A quick reminder that I'm a wedding and portrait photographer, and I also do video. In this video, I will go over the autofocus improvements, the advantages and disadvantages of 40 megapixels packed into this camera, the image quality, some of the video features that's packed into this camera. All right guys, let's get started. One of the great things about shooting with the XH2 for my portrait sessions, it's the better autofocus coming from the XT4, specifically the eye and face detection. The camera does misfocus maybe 2 out of the 10 shots, I believe. From what I'm hearing is that other photographers are having similar experiences when it comes to the camera telling the user that the camera is in focus, but when you actually take the photo and you look at the photo on your computer or phone or whatever you use, it's misfocused. It's not a big deal though, because as long as I get 90% of my shots down, I'm pretty happy about that. The details that comes out of the 40 megapixel, it's great. Another great thing about the XH2, Fujifilm has introduced us F-Log 2. And what that means is that it's supposed to increase the dynamic range using F-Log 2, but also increasing the base ISO to 1000 for the XH2. Color grading, it's about the same coming from F-Log 1, but overall though, I haven't changed to my workflow, and the image quality is amazing. And I will say the IBIS is a little bit better compared to the XT4. As I mentioned earlier, the autofocus for stills is great, but not excellent. Don't expect Sony or Canon level of autofocus. When it comes to autofocus for video, that's a different story. The first test is using the single point focus. It's able to track me with no issues. As you can see, I'm literally running back and forth and going sideways out of the camera, but it's able to pick me up so easily, which is amazing compared to the XT4. And here's a comparison between the XH2 and the XT4. And you can see that the XT4 isn't picking me up like 90% of the time, which is nuts. And with the XH2 AFC, it's like 90% tracking me. The second test I did for the XH2 for video is that instead of using single point, I used multi-area, so they see just the whole screen. And it's able to track me, but it isn't as accurate or fast enough compared to using our focus point. So I would definitely recommend using focus point when it comes to video to make sure that you have your autofocus locked down on your subject. But yeah guys, I hope this video was very informative. Like if you like the video, subscribe for more content. Alright guys, cheers.